Hi and welcome back to my channel. I have another book review for you, and this one is called The Fragile Ones by Jennifer Chase. It is the Detective Katie Scott book number 5. I have read all of the previous books in the series, and I will tell you what they are. They are Little Girl Sleeping, Her Last Whisper, Flowers on Her Grave, Last Girls Alive, and this one here is The Fragile Ones. Now, I almost forgot to request this book because it came up on NetGalley when I was going through some difficult times and I wasn't reading that much. But I'm glad I was perusing the site because I saw this one and I wrote the publicist and I said, yeah, I definitely want to be on this tour because I love this series. Now, Detective Katie Scott is our primary protagonist in this book. And what we know about Katie, and I will give you a little bit of an idea in case you haven't read any of the previous books in the series, is she served 2 tours in Afghanistan as a canine handler and experienced very difficult times, and eventually she left the military, but she was blessed to be able to take her partner home back to the States with her, which is her dog, her German Shepherd, Cisco. So that's a real blessing to Katie because she experiences the debilitating effects of PTSD as a result of her time in service. So she has to cope with those triggers, and having Cisco with her proves to be a lifesaver time and again. So I really like that aspect of this book and of the series itself. But Katie is not alone in what she's doing now. When she came back, she took a job at the police station, kind of. It's in a town, so the town has a sheriff, which is Sheriff Scott, which is her uncle. And the history with Sheriff Scott is Katie's parents had been killed when she was a child, so her uncle raised her. And now that she's back home, he's her boss as the town sheriff. And at some point in her career, she became a detective. And she has a good partner. His name is McGavin, and they go through some harrowing cases together. So McGavin is good for her. But the most important person that's great for Katie is her longtime boyfriend, Chad, or should I say her longtime childhood friend. His name is Chad, and he is now her boyfriend. And so I just love her support system. She's got Cisco, she's got her uncle, she's got a partner, and now she has Chad. Great system, great support for Katie. Now, in this particular book, when the book opens up, you have a little girl saying to her mom, "Mom, please let us go to the park. Please let us go to the park. It's going to be me and Sissy. We're not going to be alone. Our friends are going to be there. We promise that we'll stay together." And she wears her mother down, and her sister comes in the room, and she looks at the mom's face, and the mother's like, "Fine, go. But I want you home." I think the 3 o'clock was the cutoff. "I want you home by a certain time." So 20 minutes, 30 minutes after the time the girls were supposed to be home, the mother starts pacing. She starts panicking. "Where are my girls? Where are my girls?" And so she finally puts on her coat and she runs out the door and she starts to look for her girls. And that's the introduction to what promises, or what proved to be, a thrilling and exciting story by Jennifer Chase. So Katie gets assigned this most difficult case. And when Katie starts to investigate, some very unsettling facts start to ring true. The first thing that Katie begins to learn is that the younger girl, Megan, did not have the same DNA as her sister. I think the other girl's name was Tessa. And then further, investigation proves that Megan was a kidnap victim. So she wasn't even the daughter of the woman who lost both of the girls. So that's part one of, not part one, but that's part of what Katie learns in her investigation. And then the other thing is that the killer leaves a specific signature on the body. And that is very disturbing as well. And it also proves that there's most likely a serial killer at hand because of the specific signature. And then the next thing that happens is another little girl disappears. So now Katie is even more invested because she doesn't want this little girl to suffer the same fate as the previous two girls in the case that she's investigating. So it's a very heart-wrenching situation for Katie. The cases are very difficult. Children are the unfortunate victims, and this really rings home to Katie for very specific reasons. As you read the book, you will find out what those reasons are. The book was action filled, especially towards the end. It actually reached a crescendo. I could almost hear the pulsating music during the time that Katie's life was in danger. I mean, it was so thrilling. It was so engaging. It was so exciting. And I just love this book. Now, every time a book in this series comes out, it's about a specific case, so the books could serve well as standalone novels. But I'm a series fanatic. I'm a die-hard series fanatic, and so I loved the fact that I read all of the previous books in the series, like I had mentioned at the beginning of this review. And what it does for me is, even though this book deals with a specific case, it touches on Katie's backstory. It helps me as a reader to have the continuity that comes with reading series books in order. And so I just wanted to let you know that if you see this review and you want the book, you won't be disappointed. You won't be missing anything, but you'll gain even more if you read the entire series. So this book I got from Bookouture through the website NetGalley. It will come up on it's going to release March 9th. So I'm making the video a few weeks ahead of time, but I will schedule the review for release date, which is the 9th of March. But I am doing a blog tour for this on March 10th. So this book won't go on my blog until the 10th. So that's it. I will leave a link for this book in the description below, and as an Amazon affiliate, should you purchase the book, a couple of pennies will go towards my account to help me to keep on reading and keep on reviewing, but it won't affect the cost of the book to you. So anyway, that's it. Thanks a lot. You guys have a great one. Bye-bye.